Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Summit 3 America Phase 2. We're in like day 4 of action, and this is our first best of 3 series today. It's Leviathan taking on NoT Today here in the upper bracket, and we just witnessed Game 1. It was NoT Today who were able to best them on the back of smashing his Kunkka, but I wouldn't give him all the credit. We saw some excellent work from just the support staff. Mr. Cow's Dazzle was ridiculous.
Excellent clockwork from Van. Great Dazzle from Mr. Cow. Those two, to me, probably the most important. Close behind them was the Lion, who did a lot of work for, I believe it was, who was playing it? Stinger? Stinger was playing the last game.
Yeah,
those three really made all the big plays. I mean, Ifrit, it's kind of hard to be exceptional on Sniper, right? You just right-click things and chuck out an Assassinate here or there, but, well, the Kunkka did work. We got to give it credit for that. And one of the things about KotLGuy I will say is that it's kind of hard to measure the impact of the Coco Roam in the team fights.
Yeah.
You don't really know. In some fights, you can see it making a big difference, but that game was chaotic.
Yeah, so let's see if Game 2 is going to be just as spicy here. And look at this, a first pick Meepo. April Fools, it's just our normal draft here. We got Earthshaker.
You got me excited, man. I had not looked at the draft screen yet.
No, it's going to be a standard here. Hey, thankfully, though, look at the bans. We got to get rid of Axe. We got to get rid of Sniper. That means Troll and Lena are also going to go. So we're not going to see that pesky weaseled-faced Sniper. And again, no more Troll, so I'm okay with that. Leviathan now, that means they will open up with their Earthshaker. They got Storm Spirit now by their side. I wager that's going to be Shibby's pickup. And for NoT Today, Vengeful Spirit, Shadow Fiend. A common 1-2 punch for a lot of the teams. It's got good minus armor synergy. And, well, I don't know if Smash is the Shadow Fiend player, to be honest with you. I haven't really seen Smash play it ever since Shadow Fiend's really been thriving as a top priority pickup.
Is he just their safe laner in general now? Have they been running Ifrit more as the one in the mid lane? Or I guess they could mix it up.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case here. So possibly Ifrit to be the grab right there. But overall, solid
either way,
start.
do expect the Shadow Fiend to go mid. Very unusual to see him in the side lanes. We saw it once earlier today by Asus Polar to deal with the secret Broodmother pick, because I don't think they had anyone else who could clear the spider lanes. But as a general rule, Shadow Fiend just does better mid.
Something we won't see from some of these teams, though, is maybe something like a jungle pickup here. NoT Today could always go for a Chen. It works very nicely with Shadow Fiend, but I don't know if they just have that Chen player or not. But it's just kind of one of those things like Wisp where these teams seem to pass up on something like that altogether. But you got to make sure you're well and prepared when you go across the seas to take on some of those other teams that do like to go for it. So for now, it looks like NoT Today actually ban out the Dazzle themselves. Leviathan, maybe a little bit of respect, but they don't want to be dealing with the Van Clockwork again, so they banned that one out. And, well, at this point, just seems pretty standard and solid, not looking to give away a whole lot. Still a lot of possible top priority grabs out there. Batrider again ignored up to this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not seeing more Batrider picks. I don't know if Leviathan particularly want it now up against the Venge, but still, I think if you're confident in Batrider, there's no such thing as a bad game. Get your Venge, get your Disruptor. Doesn't really matter. The Venge doesn't have infinite range on her swap, and Bat can just always catch you with the element of surprise, and if you have the glimpse, just get a BKB. Problem solved. So, to me, there's no such thing as a bad Batrider game, unless he doesn't have space to farm. That's the only time where I think he struggles. He does need to be able to get his basic items. That Blink, got to be able to clear out a couple of stacks. But outside of that, it's easy peasy, man. The Jug will get banned for now, but not today. And heavy on the physical damage here. Let's see what they want to go for next.
We'll see.
This minus armor so far does stack up.
If they want a good front liner, why not grab a Bristleback and go really crazy with the minus armor, right? Could be something. And then
it's a possibility for sure.
Leviathan, I want to see them go back to their roots. Where are their spicy picks? Pudge hasn't been banned. Why not grab it? In their last series, it got some respect bans from Wheel. It never was used.
He got buffed. He's got the super hook now.
I don't even know if I've seen Jenkins play Pudge since he got that super hook. It's possible he has played it, and outside of the games that I personally have seen, but just seems to be something that they don't really go for. Maybe when they get down and further on, they'll unleash it as a back pocket strat, but for right now, at least, seems pretty standard as we go. A lot of thought coming out here for NoT Today in their third pickup, though.
Yeah, you mentioned the Bristleback. The main downside to that is they don't really have the best lockdown for Storm, and if you got a Bristle as your offlaner, then I suppose you can get that safe lane Doom type hero, or even a Silencer, but they definitely want more to deal with the Storm. Whatever the draft is going to be, either a very heavy push lineup, or I think more likely we see someone who can lock them down and deal with them. Skywrath has been banned. Silencer is still out there. I don't know if Not Today actually run that here. I'm going to take a look at that. But
Whoa!
There you go.
Okay, so they do grab up the Silencer, which is a really good candidate to be taking it back to the Storm Spirit.
They have not run it once in their last 10 games, so it's up in the air as to how they're going to look to use it.
I mean, it's not really too difficult, given that if he's in that support
You say
position,
that. I have seen some just god-awful globals before.
I mean, they should now be prepared to expect Silencer as one of the best people to zone back an offlaner. With that glaive, it costs pretty much no mana whatsoever. It does little bits of pure damage, which can definitely stack up, and it's just really a pain in the ass to deal with. And, you know, with dealing constant pressure with the last word or even an early curse, it could render even the boldest and biggest offlaners utterly useless. So Leviathan have to anticipate this and see what they can do to prevent that. For now, though, they kind of step off for a good standard in your Lion support. So kind of what we saw from Stinger on the side of Not Today. Possible good initiation once you get your Blink, Insta-Hex, Insta-Lockdown, and, well, just overall solid choice.
Well, Slardar. Okay.
Minus
a little
armor.
Alliance flair here with that Slardar plus any right-clicker combo. Does look like more likely a support Silencer now. So I think they still have not picked their offlaner. We'll probably see that with the last pick. And it'll most likely be a safe lane Slardar, just looking to rush the Blink Dagger. Perhaps gets like the treads first, but it just seems that early Blink is such a game changer. And, you know, with the Slardar and the amp damage, which has not been improved recently, but was heavily buffed, I guess, within the past year.
Mm-hmm.
You get a stomp, you get a crush amp off on a storm, and it just takes one other hero to right click him, and he's dead.
Reserve time.
I love this pick. This hero is not only a good initiator, but he's a great chaser as well. So even if Storm tries to run away, if you have the amp on him, he can't escape from you, and he may not even be able to TP out. So I think this is a really strong choice by Not Today.
He got so many wonderful buffs. The sprint is now online more often. You can even just use it to go from fountain to lane more efficiently without having to worry about still having it on and lingering and taking all that big damage. The amp damage itself had its cooldown reduced significantly to 5, and well, with him in tandem with Shadow Fiend and Vengeful Spirit, I wonder if Leviathan need to consider someone who can be an AC candidate. Queen of Pain has picked up an AC from time to time with certain player build-ups, but we didn't really see a super effective Queen of Pain last game from Leviathan in the hands of Shibby, but it looks like they want to do a bit of a run back here. Well, I say that, and you know what? I think they're going to change it up. I think this could be an off-lane Jenkins Queen of Pain.
Huh. Yeah, could be. They've got the Earthshaker, so anyone you want to run off lane, it can be a bit more unconventional. You've got a hero that can pull the lane back. They could even dual lane it, Queen of Pain plus Shaker.
It's true.
There's a possibility here. They are pretty light on physical damage. That's my one worry for Leviathan is, if you look at this draft, BKB just seems like a game-winning item against them right now. So they still have one more pick available. If it is indeed an off-lane Quap, they could maybe address that with this final pick. But all about the snowball here. And it is not an elimination game, but it is a knockdown game for Leviathan. They lose this game, and down they go to the lower bracket.
We're into our final banning phase here, and Not Today anticipate the core pick up there at the end, and they eliminate the Spectre grab. That's a good grab early on. You can get a hold of that Silencer before the global can be a big problem and look to finish him off. They definitely will need someone to counter back all that serious armor. Or if they want to build on top of this snowball, that could be something else. And then for Not Today in their 5th grab, I anticipate their offlaner here. Bristleback, if they really want to go all in with this raw muscle beef and minus armor. But on top of it, you still have your Bat Rider out there. You have a Tide Hunter. Lots of good options still to work with. The Bat Rider is going to be the choice from Leviathan, so we'll see what they decide to go for here. So Tide Hunter and Bristleback seem to be the top two that stand out to me. Could be
Tide Hunter Bristle. Yeah, Tide Bristle would be okay here. What else could they really go for? Yeah, most of those kind of go-to offlaners have been banned. The Bat, the Clock,
Morphling,
and the Axe.
Oh, of course. How'd you could forget the Brood freaking Mother here? It is a Brood Mother against a Queen of Pain, who
or maybe even a Storm.
It's okay. Brood Mother picked into an Earthshaker. Obviously, is a red flag to me right off the bat. That's a bit intriguing. It's a bit ballsy, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, normally, if you're up against a Shaker, then the smart play is to adjust how you move your Spiderlings around. Obviously, if you just have the whole army just A-clicking down the top lane, then you're going to feed him a big Echo Slam kill. But I feel like the bigger issue is not even the Shaker, it's the Storm. Later on this game, if Storm gets any kind of farm, this and Batrider are the two best heroes to hunt the Brood. I don't think you can really say any other hero excels more at it. They can easily clear out the trees, so your shenanigans over on the sides of the map are no longer really an option. And to me, it's purely about just wanting to create space for the Shadow Fiend and the Slardar. They want to get the fast blink on the Slardar. Smash wants to strut his stuff as we see him swaggering around. The only thing I love this camera view, but it can be a little disorienting if you don't look at the mini-map
I just like it for dramatic, like, WWE effect, like their introduction.
Bristleback!
I noticed that they are going to go on an engagement here, like they popped the dank and they're ready to party here. This is standard Leviathan, like usually what we see. They go aggressive early on, but this is a bad to okay. They just were anticipating that because the smoke popped that they would be someone
I like
up
how
there,
he tries to run up the hill and just almost blocks himself in. That was
they love to do plays like that.
They might even get jumped here on the way out. Seems like the Slardar wants to... No, he's just going to chill.
Gonna eyeball him here, but they want to...
I see ya, buddy.
They want to secure this top rune. Or bottom rune, rather.
Yeah, already the top rune. Only a 1v1 contest for that, and your Brood Mama, one of the best heroes to get the job done.
They're chilling. By the way, we didn't really talk a lot about it, but the last pickup for Leviathan was the Bristleback, and it's already in the hands of Shredder. So this is a farming core Bristleback. Very good against the Broodmother as well, with all the quills and stuff. And, well, we'll have to see if he's going to be able to muscle his way through this lineup here from NoT today. It can be a very unforgiving with all the armor deduction they can dish even to the tankiest of heroes like your Bristleback. So let's get the party started here. Game number 2, it's match point for NoT today. Leading out introductions here. Dire side, it's Leviathan. Jenkins, he is going to be hand in hand here on his Queen of Pain in the offlane with Nusham on the Lion mid lane. It's going to be Shibby playing your Storm Spirit, and that means along the top we got Shredder, who's going to be playing your Bristleback. And that means that... Well, who did I miss here? I forgot someone. Earthshaker, Flying Zebra, after dishing out the fissure, went back to base to heal up, and now he's heading towards the bottom.
Yeah, keep a close eye on this mid lane. Just important to see how much CS Smash gets early on. Already 2-1. So as far as the CS goes, he's off to a good start. And a lot of aggression here bottom. He supports wanting to exchange blows. Silencer, one of the best in the business at early harass.
Yes.
Even against a double-ranged offlane, which got a fissure block, they still have some harass potential. But the Shaker is here. Gotta be very careful. You get fissured a little bit too far out, and you could easily end up giving up that first blow.
This is this is a lane rather. We're gonna have to keep an eye on here as they keep playing footsie. A little Shadow Strike here, an occasional glaive there, and you can see the damage stack up for Jenkins. He's got to start chewing into those tangos. But what about this matchup here at the top? Bristleback going mono-e-mono with the Broodmother here. Shouldn't be too terrible matchup for him, but it's not going to really stop Broodmother from getting the levels. All she needs is get that Soul Ring, get that level 3, and then she can pretty much do as she pleases in the nearby jungle or just be a tirade in the lane itself.
It should just be a farm war. He's got the early Sentry, which I thought did he plant one down yet? Or I thought he had 2. Maybe he's just sitting on the 1 Sentry. No, they've got one on Nusham right now, on the Lion. So he has a slight kill potential if Ifrit gets a little too cocky. But of course, Ifrit will have seen that Sentry by now, and we'll keep an eye on it, make sure that if he does get aggressive, he's got a place to retreat to. I think it'll mostly just be a farm war. And once the Brood gets to level 5, that's where you can start cutting the wave if you want to pressure the tower a little more, farm the enemy jungle, and just leave your hero in the lane. Ultimately, unless they're stacking Ancients, your Brood probably pulls ahead in terms of the overall pressure in CS, but it's getting a kill on the Bristleback. That is an entirely different matter.
Yeah, might not happen, but Brood might not be looking for that to begin with anyways. We'll see how things unfold up there. Back on bottom, Leviathan have the lane pretty far pushed forward, so Nusham is going to try his best to contest here with Mysticow as far as their pull goes. They just look to snipe some occasional CS here, but they're looking to cut him off. Good block right there from Flying Zebra with the fissure. That could have been trouble. But from behind, they get Jenkins with the stun, and he promptly blinks away. Will be silenced thereafter, but no blood will be shed.
Ifrit playing rather aggro here. He is going to tank up a couple of quills. There's one more spray coming out, but he jukes towards his backup web. Will end up escaping. That fissure chucked out again bottom. Does stun Mysticow, but they can't follow it up. The good news for Ifrit, though, is he's chewed through almost all of Shredder's mana now, and this is where the Broodmother can start to have a little more fun top lane. Once you get level 5, that's where things really heat up.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to maybe build up some sort of mana pool so that if something does break out, he can dish out the quills, but for now is just going to have to deal with it as it is
now
here.
They're going on
mid lane. Shibby could be in trouble. Good magic missile from behind, and there's going to be the raise, some right clicks, and a good snipe there from Smash. And it is Not Today who will strike first. Set up beautifully there from Stinger on the backside.
Excellent rotation, and for both mid laners, very vulnerable to those early ganks. The Shaker, a great roamer. The Lion, decent. Of course, your Venge really excels in that position. Now, if we're getting aggressive onto Shredder, don't think he has any kill potential, but he's trying to spam him out of lane a bit. As we'll see the magic stick come out for, so far, just for the bristle. Though I imagine for Brood, that is an item you want in this matchup. Just so helpful to have infinite mana. Now, Fissure onto Mystical.
Really wants that rune. Does get it. Steps off nearby. Nushin will be there just in case.
That's 2 clarities right there. So
yeah.
It's a little bit more even. So it's a worthy rune.
Very touch and go from both sides. See, they both kind of have the same objectives in mind as far as being able to control these runes for each other. And now it looks like Shibby's going to be the one with a little bit of assistance. Flying Zebra there, looking to clarity up. I don't know if they have the kill potential quite yet. Shibby needs to kind of push forward to get his level 6, but as you can see, Smash now a full level ahead.
And he's got a haste from bottle. This is, even if he's 6, I don't think they get the kill.
It's going to be really tough here, so he kind of holds his position in a good commanding lead in that mid lane get up. And for the bottom lane, they do get to split the XP a little bit less between the two here for Leviathan, but they haven't really been able to get anything done. And when you set up this kind of an aggro tri-lane, you're anticipating that you can really be a big burden onto Not Today. But if we look at the farming here from Van, he's still been able to throw together 17 and 7 CS, level 4.5, just not too shabby overall.
It doesn't really feel like they're getting enough right now out of their off lane. They're not shutting down the Slardar, they're not finding kills. And meanwhile, Shredder, although his CS tops the charts, a lot of these are spider lanes. He's actually in trouble. He may go down.
Yeah, he's going to get nuked right here. And the rotations come, but it might be too late to save him. Shredder goes down. There is going to be a good stun, and they could get the return kill, and they will.
So much space created.
Yeah. Big money for Jenkins, I guess, there at the end, but the damage had been done. And he forces a couple of rotations towards the top. And free farm now happening here for Van on the bottom lane.
It says the goal change almost even, but that does not count the 2 TP scrolls that got used, nor does it count what's going to happen next, which is uninterrupted free farm for at least a minute or 2 here on Van.
Yeah.
And some me time. As you mentioned, he was already CSing decently. This gets him well in range of the blink if he wants to rush it.
The fissure block not quite there to connect all the way. Smash with a haste rune, and Shibby's like, I don't want to be any closer.
But now he's used those mana.
Away. But he goes for Zebra. Yeah, he gets one raise. Can he get the second one? Flying Zebra looking to stay close, but it doesn't stop Smash from getting what he wants. Another quick grab for him. 3-1 now for Not Today.
Huh. He went for level 2 Champ Totem. You don't see that very often. Normally you get the Aftershock just on the slight chance that you get that extra little stun there, but it doesn't hugely matter in this case. He's going down whatever his skill build is. Well, this is a concern for Leviathan. They've now lost their tri-lane by leaving the lane. As the Queen of Pain at the TPN. They lost the top lane because Broodmother gets a kill. They lost mid because of the smoke gank, so they are officially losing all 3 lanes against a very snowbally lineup, who now makes a go onto Jenkins' bottom lane. They're waiting for the blink out. He's going to blink to the south. Smart play. If he blinks north, he gets stunned and he's dead. Very nicely done. But still, the nice plays from Leviathan only keeping them alive. They need to get some positive momentum going, which they look for now. Nusham and Flying Zebra. They're rocking up towards mid, but guess who's not there? It's Smash. He's one step ahead of him, off in the jungle with an invis rune. May even scout them out and turn this around.
Oh man, just another blessed rune for him in case trouble does come his way. And
he's really getting some nice runes this game.
Yeah, this is more time though for Leviathan that they're not getting anything. So this smoke gank might come up short here. Though Smash is making a return back to lane. It's going to take a lot of lockdown to drop him, which they do have.
And even if they get this kill, look what's happening top. Already Stinger's going to go in, but yeah, they get the jump on Smash. No follow.
And invis. That's all it takes. Not going to be close enough for
And they may find
Lion.
the bristle. If they get off a stun on him from Stinger, he's done for, but does reveal himself now. Can't get the follow-up. And now in the jungle, Smash, invis, and hunting. I don't think they saw... If they didn't see this get popped, he's probably getting a kill here. Requiem. No. The ping comes out. Does Nusham know?
He's like, I might have heard something. I felt something. I sensed something nearby.
There's disturbance in the force.
Patrick Swayze somewhere around.
If Shadow Fiend is if he is force sensitive, he's definitely a Sith. Miss Cow bottom lane tanks a Queen of Pain. Oh, almost TP's out. At the last second, he tucked himself into this little tree line here and barely ends up getting the kill. Close call.
Nice quick snipe. Look at Ifrit, though, diving well behind the tower. Sees a weak and easy grab right there as he finishes off Nusham.
Oh, this is trouble.
And now this
Slardar
Brood.
Blink coming out. The Brood Orchid, very fast pace for that. Not going Midas. Smash Mech almost done. They're about to get 3 gigantic items. And what do Leviathan have to show for their landing stage? Treads on your Storm? I mean, these are some snowball items. It's the scary part. It's not like, oh, well, he got a Midas. He's going to farm now. A Mech can win you a team fight. An Orchid can find you an easy kill. The Blink Dagger and Slardar can do it all. These items could just break the game completely open for not today.
Yeah. It's just such a strong start for him. And, yeah, Smash is on the way to getting a nicely timed mechanism here. Bottom lane. He has the Blink Dagger, but he's not buying it. Does he get greedy and go for a Midas instead? Feeling that
Other
he has
option is
just
Vanguard, but we're going to find out right now. I think you still get Blink here.
Give me that Blink Dagger. Come on. No.
Nope. Oh, there you go.
Okay, yeah, I know.
He TP's mid, but he is spotted here by a Dire Observer Ward. Were they watching that second, though? They might have been busy looking bottom for their gank. I don't know if they actually saw this, even though they have the ward in the lane. It was just a split second he was visible. And Chibi, looks like he's going to get caught. Oh, could have gone on him there. They had an opening, but not going to. While bottom, Mizcal will fall, but still, this is the bigger kill if they can claim it. Getting that solo mid-storm. It seems he's suspicious now. He's going to play it safe.
Yeah, a lot of missing from the map. Where the hell did that Slardar go? So Chibi does not want to show his face here and risk being jumped. Because they got a wager. He definitely has a Blink Dagger by now. He is going to be able to come across an Invis Rune here at the bottom, which he will bottle up.
I really don't think he saw it. If he saw it, he didn't have a chance to click on the Slardar. Around 10 minutes is when you would expect a blink, so perhaps he just puts 2 and 2 together, assumes he has one, but there was a split second where if Van just immediately jumps in, he gets that kill, but he waited half a second, the Storm backs off, and after that, played it safe, but that's okay. Looks like they'll find Shredder anyway.
Oh, easy jump in, easy stun. There is nothing your Bristleback can do except
Where is your
die.
Bristleback now? Bristleback fans.
It's just...
He's so squishy with the amp damage on him.
Yeah. Clearly this didn't work out the way Leviathan had anticipated here by putting him up in that top lane. Get it, but they might get smashed here mid lane. Beautifully set up with the Fissure to block him out the front, but there's going to be the mech pop. Requiem on the return. Big unleash. Big damage. Gets the rage. Jenkins goes down. One last pop from the tower. Smash is going out like a man as he just clears out the 2. Nusham on the retreat. Stun not quite there. And they never take Smash out. That was a gank attempt there from Leviathan that had a promising start, but the mech, as you pointed out, can just turn fights around, and it does so there.
Both big items have already turned fights. They get the kill top with the Slardar Blink Dagger. He wouldn't have left the lane without it, so in that sense, it does help him get the kill. Then he turns the fight mid. The mech makes a big impact, and Brood Mama now has the Orchid. That is a very fast Orchid. It means Storm can no longer safely farm top on his own. He is food if he gets caught here. Same for the Quap, the Lion, and the Shaker. Now they have to invest in some Sentry Wards. They also lost their Tier 1, so now the Brood takes over their jungle. Everything just looking excellent here for NoT today, moving into the mid-game. Now, Leviathan do have an excellent late-game draft if the Storm gets big, if the Bristleback gets some farm, but it's a lot of ifs, Dakota. Not something you want to hang your hat on as far as the draft goes already. You see Ifrit applying that extra round of pressure. I think what Leviathan really want to do here is try and gank Ifrit because he has a bag of a lot of gold, a very easy takedown if he's off on his own top. And someone that just... They need to go find a kill on one of those big cores. Yeah. Ideally him, maybe Smash, but Smash is more likely to be with the team, which is where he's not the best target to go for.
They're all heading up there. Jenkins is the one with the dust, so he needs to be present to make this happen. He's coming in from the back.
Nusham is just so close to... Well, actually, no. Everyone from Leviathan's coming. It's Ifrit is close to dying here. Oh. Do they get the jump, though?
It's taking a lot of invested time here. Well, NoT today are doing stuff like Roche. So if they don't get anything out of this at all, then it's just a big loss across the board. They are going to see Roche go down. Do they deter from their initial objective here on going for the Brood? They might. Jump in Blink from Jenkins. Clears out the wave. And this is just the power of a Brood Mama.
Ifrit may go for the scene, Nusham. Let's... He knows there's 2 up towards the top side of the lane. Oh, it's just so much wasted time. I mean, they had the right idea. Killing the Brood is a gigantic swing. She's got 7k net worth. Her team's way ahead. Almost 10k now, but They invest a lot, they get nothing. Really smart, just defensive play here from Ifrit, and now Leviathan, they got a tough choice. Do they try to defend bottom against this 4-man wrecking crew? Or do they just do they try to go on Ifrit and just get wrecked? Jenkins gonna drop low top lane, almost dies. The spawn spider lane's a second late, but he's got TP back to the well. So free tower bottom.
Yep.
Everywhere NoT today go. They're getting the better of this game, and well, little insurance here with the Van Midas.
Yeah. Well, Midas following after the Blink Dagger, and a Blink Dagger to follow here for Smash. So more tools for them to get these big initiations in, and it's a matter of just kind of going down that docket, going from objective to objective. The 5th pick Brood proving to be very valuable here for NoT today, as it's just clearly been frustrating here for Leviathan. Now smoked to go on forward. Once it pops, they have the Dust. They move in. Dust is going to be popped there. Catches Ifrit, but he is already way up to the north.
They used
a long
everything. They
jump, and they still can't get him. Oh, man.
Even if they get him, it doesn't matter. They're taking tier 2 bottom, and I don't even know if they do. He walks back into Shibby, takes a bit of damage. Now he can't pack through the trees, but, I mean, who cares? You're taking a tier 2 bottom. It's 4 heroes, a Dust used, the Quap ult down, all the Storm's mana given up, so we can't even farm top now. That is still space created. Now, that said, it is a lot of gold, but they're going to grab this tower on the back of it.
Yeah.
I think NoT today are okay with that death. He almost lived, which would have been a complete disaster for Leviathan.
It just shows how hard it is for Leviathan to get just the Brood. I wager that them trying to take an engagement against the other 4 is not going to go much easier. Now you have your Silencer with Global ready to go. He looks like he's going to be going right for a Midas as well, so he's going to quickly get the levels online. Can go straight for an Ag's Hell if he wants to, or a Refresher. Smash continues to benefit more. He already finished that Blink Dagger, now on the way towards a BKB. They're just going to be so far ahead. I don't know if Leviathan are going to be able to take any sort of team fight soon. They have to hope that they can make small picks happen, but I don't think NoT today are going to be handing over anything easy at this point. They have been playing this game so well.
Just let Smash be the siege engine mid. He'll keep on smacking the tower. You've got, again, excellent aggressive wards. We've seen this 2 games in a row now for NoT today, where when they go for an objective, they're pretty disciplined about making sure they've got wards that spot potential backstabs or ganks. Sure, you could smoke, but Van's up on the high ground to ensure that there's no easy backstab onto Smash. So they'll take the tower now. They'll add a little additional insurance here. Even their insurance policy's getting insurance now with a secondary Midas. And, well, if it goes late now, well, will it? There's your global. Blinking onto Shredder.
Yeah, will he get taken down, though? He's the biggest beefcake on their team. Very low, almost gets dropped. Now they make the move on to Smash. Good ball lightning forward. They get the pull, and that's all for the Aegis. Is it enough, though, to keep NoT today back? And it looks like they will step away for now. Not before Smash does clear out the wave and keep the pressure there.
Interesting move by Ifrit, as it looks like NoT today are going to back off. He goes bottom. They've already taken the 2 towers here. Generally, you'll see Brood just stay in the off lane because she can steal the enemy jungle, and as long as you have your towers, you can fairly easily defend your own woods, but we'll see how this rotation works out. I'm not sure if he's actually going to stay here. For now, he is. He's gone for the Blink Dagger. It might seem like a clowny item on Brood, but it helps you to just jump a hero like Storm, get the instant silence off. Same for everyone except for Bristle. And it's also a good item to rat and run away.
Surprise, Flying Zebra. There's my Broodling army, and you're dead. Okay, he walks into the web and is like, what's happening here? And he is just in for a rude awakening. Quick kill, quick pick there for Ifrit. His dominance continues, and now he spreads that web over towards the mid lane here. Shibby's nearby, could be scouted. Jump in, blink, gonna be dodged from the ball lightning, but there's the Orchid to follow, and they decide to pull back.
Van already used his blink, so can't follow this up, but NoT today. They're just playing around the Broodmother pick really nicely. Not just the plays that he's making, but you have to look at what happens elsewhere. Leviathan, like 4 heroes hunting this hero. They may get banned, they will. Hex Finger. Shibby zooming in. He's like, hey guys, I was a part of that kill, but whoops, not the case.
Uh-oh, Smash. He does have a haste rune. Promptly blinks away. Mystical, though, is behind him. Could be a good setup here as Jenkins gets him with the slow. Smash trying to slow them down. Throws off a couple of raises. Was sidestep there from Jenkins. And they do make it away. Smash helps create the space so Mystical can make a safe retreat. And Leviathan ended up just taking down Van, which is 1 pick, 1 right grab. But it's still NoT today who have a firm grasp on this game so far, as Ifrit is going to now work his way from the southern side of the map here from Leviathan.
I do really like the Midases, because I don't feel like there's one item that... What else would you get that would really like win you the game now or snowball you towards a victory? Nothing for the silencer, 4 staff or a Yule's or the makings of a refresher. If you want to just build a refresher, this Midas you'll get it at a similar time, assuming he's not really CSing that much, which probably won't be. He's a silencer. And as for the Sword Art, other big item you could get would either be BKB or Vanguard, but I don't think they would be ending the game with that next item for either of these heroes, and so getting the double Midas, it just gives them some nice insurance that if they can't close them out early, they've got a fallback, a plan B. And if it goes late and they manage to put together the double global, maybe the Slardar just turning into a massive beefcake with your armlet, hard, BKB, AC. These heroes can just man-fight and come out on top when it comes to that storm.
So it looks like for now, not today. We'll put more invested here in this top lane to push and finish off a tier 2 while they have Ifrit working on the bottom. Trying to get Leviathan to split apart here. Leviathan, they do risk losing a lot if they go for an all-in commitment to try to defend this tier 2 tower, so they kind of second-guess what their choices are, but they are running around, and this is time that they're not farming, time where they're not getting anything done. And it feels like not today, just kind of pretty much just slowly putting their hands around the neck of Leviathan,
they're
looking to strangle him.
They're giving them the gentle choke right now. It hasn't reached that Homer Simpson Bart level where he's just actually trying to kill his own son, but we're closing in on it here for not today. The asphyxiation is beginning. We're running low on oxygen, and for Leviathan, not a whole lot of opportunities to leave the base. I mentioned the aggressive wards. They only get better. Now they've managed to plop one down on the top side of the map. It's out of D-ward range for this hill, so it's very unlikely to be D-warded. It's a more unusual ward, but I like it. And now they'll make their go on bottom. On to Shredder. Here we go.
Okay, moving away. Gets caught with the stun. The armor is reduced at -12 now. They can't take him down quite quick enough. So once they see that help could be coming, they quickly pull away. So.
But they're not farming, right? They're just they're poking and prodding, and meanwhile, not today push in mid. Top lane's not being farmed at all. The Leviathan jungle can't be accessed. Leviathan at this point, it feels like they have to win a big fight to turn the game because they just can't farm right now. And even if they get a couple of CS here or there, it's 3 heroes farming their own woods. They're not keeping up with not today's Midases and map control. Not yet, anyway.
Should be looking to try to finish out his Bloodstone here. Has the 2 components looking to just get that recipe. Could help him accelerate his farm a little bit further, but they still need more time, and for every step they take, it feels like not today are just way out and ahead. Just even looking at the net worth breakdown, the top 3 all belonging to not today, with Smash leading out the charge, neck and neck with Ifrit at 12k gold. The next closest member for Leviathan, 7k for Shibby here, as he tries to finish that Bloodstone. It's just, like you said, pressure on them to try to take a huge team fight, hope that they can take advantage of maybe a little bit of a bounty swing, but it's all in on a rebound kind of a play. As long as not today continue to execute their game plan, it's going to be very hard for the comeback, because just when you think they could get the upper hand in a big fight, you worry about something like the Silencer ult, and then things just get pretty damn crappy. And
so he is going Ags. Speaking of that Silencer, we've seen most players don't really like this item as much. The Chinese players have been running a lot of 4 or 5 position Silencer, and if you get the Midas, it's normally straight into the Refresher afterwards. The Ags Refresher is still very strong, but it often feels like having that second global is just more potent.
It renders their BKB from the initial silence useless, so I think that's like one of the biggest selling points out of it. 1 BKB could still stop his Agnum's, silence.
Yeah.
It does apply the damage.
That's true.
The supports could still take, a huge amount of it and could be rendered useless in any sort of fight, but I agree. I think a Refresher, you get more out of it.
The other thing is, even if you only use 1 global in a fight, let's say you get a kill, you go back to Fountain, you might not have mana for the Refresher, you go again, but hold that thought, because Ifrit blinked right into Nusham.
Well, Nusham's dead. Smash comes in from behind.
Never mind, he's fine. Yeah. He's got BKB, didn't even have to pop it. But yeah, I don't think he has mana to use the double global. With the point booster now, he's okay, but if you go like naked Tranquil's Refresher, I think last time I saw it, he didn't even have mana, assuming you want to level up the ultimate, which we have seen most silencers do, but even if you only use 1 global, go back to refresh, it's a long enough cooldown that second ult, you can just use it to get another kill, maybe take the high ground, so I think regardless, I like the Refresher build a little more, but if it goes long enough where he's got Ags and Refresher, then man, it's just all gravy at that point.
Yeah. Just with the playstyle, though, from your silencer, you're usually not going to be really in the heat of the battle because you would be the focus target then for the other team. And that means you're not really getting a lot out of your other skills. It's not like Curse is dramatic later into the game. The disarm from Last Word can certainly be useful, but the real bread and butter is to have that global. And if that means you got to sit in Fountain and have enough mana to use 2 globals, then so be it. I'm sure that offers already so much more than anything else the silencer can do.
I once had a pub game with a friend of mine who's like, I think if he had MMR, this was before it existed in Dota 2, at least publicly, probably would have been like 1K. I was like, listen, man, all you got to do for us to... We were really far ahead on our cores, but we kept on losing fights because he didn't global. Listen, all you have to do is just sit in the well, wait to press R. Silencer is one of those heroes, you know. He doesn't really have to be in the fights. Just got to make sure you get off the ulti at the right time, and easy peasy.
Will he get that kind of opportunity here? Plus, we have yet to see the big dunk plays come out here from Flying Zebra. Only level 7, nowhere near any sort of Blink Dagger yet. Crimson Guard is complete here for Shredder. Will help mitigate that damage quite a bit from the Broodlings, and, well, they'll take any extra bit of durability they can across the whole team. But it's pressure now on the mid lane here, coming out from NoT Today as they come knocking at the front door. They get the tier 3 down to almost half-life here.
The Crimson Guard sounds nice, and damage block is really important this game, because you're up against minus 27 armor across the Venge, the Shadow Fiend, and that Slardar. Speaking of which, he gets the 2-hero crush. Oh no, this is going to be ugly.
Yeah, Shredder is going to be done for here. They already lose Flying Zebra. It's just a quick swarm into the Leviathan base. Ifrit on the chase looking to finish off Nushim up here, who's just trying to get away. Jump in from Shibby though, but there's the immediate global coming out from Mystical, and with that, they managed to take down the line. Shibby now back and ready here, but he's in trouble. Smash moves forward. He still has the Aegis on hand. Gets stunned out there. Finger does flies. They finish off the Slaughter. The first takedown for NoT Today. There's going to be the Aegis popped. Jenkins now back in action here.
3-2-2.
Can they get it? Moves in. Smash unleashes the raise. Gets stunned from Nushim. They're going to be able to burst him down, and that's a big bounty grab for them. But all the meanwhile, Ifrit gets another sweet pick on the other side and finishes off Jenkins.
This is not the patch to be diving with that level of aggression. Even though they force out the buyback and come out on top there, in theory, when you factor in that bonus gold that you're getting, killing the Shadow Fiend, getting rid of the Aegis, look at that experience swing, man. 3,500 experience, still 1,600 gold going Leviathan's way with the buyback. Well worth it for them, and just hit the damn racks. What are you doing? Not today. That was cocky. They have been guilty of this before. This team, when they get ahead, they play like the game's already in hand.
Bloodthirsty.
They're aggressive. They're bloodthirsty. But I mean, let's be real, man. They could have just, they got the kills. They could have just backed off after the 2-hero crush. They got a 3rd kill with the Broodmother, like right around here. Just go hit the racks. That's a lane of racks. Maybe Leviathan kills you, but at least you have an objective to show for it. Instead, you get nothing aside from a tier 3, and it is still a substantial lead. They can still win this game, and they should still with this advantage, but unnecessary. That's all I gotta say.
And they have eyes on Shredder here. Ifrit scouts it out. Ifrit has a Crystallis now, putting more actually into the right click of the Brood. Also, Jenkins was able to finish out his BKB, so we'll have an answer for that global once it does come out, as they just try to deal with all these freaking little spiderlings here to try to keep back NoT Today and their constant pressure. Meanwhile, Van, Slardar, still just a BKB, 9 seconds still to use with it. Has he made an investment here? He only has 500 gold. Maybe he's just been brought down time and time again. But it looks like he hasn't really been able to throw anything together, and AC could be something he does consider just to get more obnoxious with your attack speed, insta-bash, and your minus armor. But looks like they're just looking to take it slow now after that very aggressive play. But top, they could get the jump, and they will get the silencer, it looks like here. So a nice solid pick here for Leviathan. It's just one step in the right direction of a what I imagine being a 10-step program.
If they 10 steps sounds about right. If they go on to lose this game, man, then they got nobody but themselves to blame after the way it started. So still in their hands, and they still control their own destiny. Just need to calm down, relax, maybe wait for the next Roshan. And then just go mid and hit the racks. That's all you gotta do.
The thing is, NoT Today, they have been very aggressive with their play inside Leviathan base, but they don't have any ward vision aggressively. They can't really see where Leviathan are inside their own base, inside their own early lane. And that's how you get caught out like that in the top lane from your silencer. So not taking the time to get these wards down could be a bit troublesome. They do get the ward now, up on the high ground near the Roche pit. But You need to make sure they take advantage of opportunities like that when you control so much of the map with your own presence. But here's Shredder to push back this bottom lane quite a bit. He's got a plate mail. Maybe an AC for him now to be picked up.
Nice item versus the Bristle.
Yeah, they need all the bonus armor they can get across their team.
They're going to find Ifrit, but he BKBs. Now they're going to just try to kite control him. He needs to start lifestealing here. 2 hero crush. Pop your ultimate, Ifrit. You got to lifesteal your way out of this one, my friend. Goes around hitting one hero, then another. He survives, tanks all the damage. The turn onto Jenkins. Now the chase onto Shredder is your Echo Slam. Not good enough.
Echo Brick, unfortunately, there for Flying Zebra. He will go down. Double kill for Ifrit. As they look to clean out Leviathan here, Shredder, one of the lone survivors with Shibby, who has to get back to heal up. Now, Not Today in a more comfortable position if they want to continue to push down this bottom lane and do some damage on the tier 3. Need more time before that Roche obviously will be back and ready, but with 3 heroes down and out, this is the Shibby dive TP to try to keep them back, but it's not going to stop them.
No glyph. It doesn't look like no glyph, no buybacks. Really? Should just be rotating mid, but okay. They're gonna take the tier 3 bottom, and I think they get this Rex anyway, so at least one melee Rex goes down here. Everyone's gonna be alive soon, though. BKBs are on cooldown, Dakota. Here we go. Jump onto Shibby. Not much follow-up. They're gonna swap him in. They get off the silence.
Oh.
Nicely done. Nice takedown there.
It's so hard. Smash fakes out once with the Requiem, tries to right-click instead onto Shredder. They could go back and just focus the racks. It is going to be pinged out here, and they decide to make the go on. We don't want to make the same mistake twice, but here comes Shredder. Moves in, gets the goo off. Smash pops out the mech. Long jump in from Shibby from the base. Does big damage. Pops out one. Could get smashed next. Will do so. Ifrit tries to man up and go on to Shibby while Mystical brings out the right-click. Shibby's got to get away. Will not be able to get away. Jump in from Van. Gets the stun, and they get the next follow-up kill for Leviathan. Go down. Van, double kill for him. As it looks like Not Today want to close this out 2-0. Buyback from Shibby. Gets the jump in. A double kill for himself as he takes out the Slardar. Both racks still standing again. Not Today can't finish out any of these structures. And they lose the fight there, but it does cost Leviathan a lot.
It does. Storm, I don't know if we got to mention it, used the Bloodstone Suicide, so denied them a bit of bonus gold there. Then he has to buy back, unfortunately. And, oh, Courier Snipe. Ifrit able to bring it down. It was only carrying a TP scroll, but... Or wait, did I have the right Courier there? No, sorry, it had the...
Assault.
Makings of the Assault.
Yeah.
I had the wrong Courier selected. That's a little costly. Did he hit Hyperstone gold too? So yeah, no Assault here for 3 minutes. And that could be during the window when Roche respawns. Storm having to buy back there really hurts them, but... Again, Not Today... They should have just gone mid. I guess they didn't know there weren't any buybacks, but normally you just want to go for the most exposed, easiest to claim lane of racks. Still, I mean, it's now a 25,000 gold lead, so despite maybe not making the easiest decisions to win the game, they continue to accrue more and more of an advantage, and they're in great shape here, Dakota. One more Aegis, and that could be all they need to close out this game.
I feel like with the advantage that Not Today have built up for themselves, they could have made this game a lot easier than it needs to be. But they continue to give Leviathan just a glimmer, a small glimmer of hope. Not the biggest one, but it's enough for them to kind of plant firmly and put out these kind of defensive plays where they can hope to eventually come out on top with one false move from Not Today. They could overthrow here, but...
Oh, they're zeroing in on mid, but Jenkins will blink, will actually walk back towards safety. Didn't use the blink. Ifrit hanging out near the Roche pit. They're going to scout this one out. Now they make their go on Shredder. Jump in from Smash. They've silenced him as well. Crimson Guard makes him tanky here. They bring in Nusha, but there's your global. This is a great opening for Van.
Yeah, if they didn't have that global, it could have been potential big echo. He's still going to go for it, but can't find a target. They make the jump committed, and they are able to finish out Nusham. It looks like Zebra will go down there after, and now Shredder going to be locked in place and loaded. Is going to be Not Today, as they will take down this set of racks.
They
Leviathan,
got this one.
They don't have an answer for a defense right here. Shibby is one of the lone hopes to do something. Shredder's going to need to buy back.
They just can't get the job done. Leviathan convincingly about to get 2-0'd, it seems. This would be one of the most epic comebacks of Dota history, and I don't know if they can find it. Shibby going to jump onto Van. Quapol coming out, but there's your mech from Smash. Sama looking like a Sama right now as he just mans up. And they will now lay into Shredder. He's bought back. Storm may end up dying here. He ends up ticking down in the well because that's where Ifrit dove him on the Brood. And they're not done. They crush Shredder and they shred him before the Requiem can even come out. He too shall fall. And Not today, just outclassing and thoroughly dominating Leviathan here en route to a 2-0 rout.
They look really good. I mean, there really was not a point in that game where Not Today were not in control. Brood got everything she wanted out of that top lane. You felt that maybe the one-on-one matchup between the Bristle and the Brood, he'd be able to kind of hold his own, but Ifrit just kind of showing that he's might be one of the new guys on this Not Today roster, but he has some skills. Nice sniper play in game 1, game 2. His Brood mother, 13-2. Very nicely played from him, and of course can't help but acknowledge Smash and his Shadow Fiend play. I said at the start that I haven't seen him play Shadow play a lot. Well, he knows how to play the hero. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure.
Everything went according to plan. They won all 3 lanes. They did not allow a Roshan attempt and just calmly controlled the game. They overextended a little bit. I think if it were a bit of a closer game or maybe against a better team, could have cost them, but they were pretty far ahead, and Leviathan knocked down to the lower bracket. I wouldn't say they're out of it, but they didn't feel like they're on the same level as Not Today. Aside from the fact that they lose the series and that they get 2-0'd and that they were getting dominated, like it just felt like Not Today were the better team. So I think Leviathan, you got a lot to prove here. Team house or not, it's not enough so far.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they're not out quite yet. They are going to be pushed down that lower bracket in a way to kind of still battle it out, but Not Today now get to move on forward into the winner bracket final. They're going to be facing the loser of our next series to come up, which is going to be Evil Geniuses taking on Complexity. EG obviously being the heavy favorites into that, but really it's Dota, and you never know. Complexity were able to 2-0 their last opponent in E-Hug, so that's something. We'll have to see, though.
That would be an Arcana bonanza if you bet on Complexity and
you can
win.
buy like a beach house. Put in one comment.
Can you imagine? Oh, man.
We'll see.
More than a Bugatti. A fleet of luxury cars on the Bugatti
Platinum
level.
Bugattis. But I think that's going to wrap things up for now. We got a little bit of a break because it was relatively a swift first series. I believe our next matchup is going to be happening about 50 minutes time, so just under an hour. Come right back here, because we got more Summit 3 America action. I'm KotLGuy, that's LD. Catch me on my Twitter at KotLGuy. Catch him over at LD Dota, that's Shagbark, and we're beyond the Summit. We'll be back in a hot second with more Dota action.